and welcome to another Friday Tales of Adventure. I hope you all have had a wonderful week. I've just come back from spring break, so things have been a bit interesting this week with all of my students. They've been so wild, so I am ready for the weekend myself, and I don't know about all of you who may have had school or work yourselves. Maybe you're feeling a little ready for the weekend yourself, but either way, it is the weekend and we are quite ready for that. So this week we are going to continue our little series playing with folklore and fairy tales and myths and legends. We're going to continue our journey in Europe just a little bit, but we're heading to a different country. So we're going to see if you all can figure out what myth or legend, tale, or folk tale that this particular one comes from. I did, of course, give you a little bit of a hint in the title, but whether or not you can figure it out is all up to you. So let's see how good we are at guessing this week. Last week I think was a little too easy, so I made it a little harder on you guys, but we shall see if you all can figure things out. So they say that the Lord Ivan was once a stable boy, but now he was a great lord of the region of Neverwinter. However, he has always kept good relations with the magical folk who dwell deep within the Five Forests. Ivan knows well that the world exists on a strict balance. Wherever there is great good, sometimes there's great evil. Nevertheless, Ivan's oldest and most deadly foe has always sought his ruin. And it is said that this great foe has recently stuck into Ivan's stronghold and cast an evil spell on his life, the Lady Yelena. And thus the lady has fallen into a deep and wakeless sleep, from which not even the greatest physicians have been able to rouse her. In desperation, Ivan has sought far and wide for anyone who can help him. And thus word has reached even you, dear adventurers, away south in the sleepy mining town of Phandalin. And so the tale to be told begins thus. Traveling north, away from Phandalin, you head to Lord Ivan's strongholds. And there you see him, ashen-faced, worried with exhaustion. He begs for your help. He says, "My bravest adventurers, thank you for coming. Of course you've heard the Lady Yelena is sick, but what you may not know is that this sickness is magical in origin. I need you, O bravest champions, to enter the high forest and seek out a tree of magical golden apples. Please, retrieve one and return with it. Only this, it is said, could possibly cure her. I can offer you little except for this. The tree is protected by a mighty creature, the Zarftitsia, a firebird. If you can capture the firebird or earn its favor, they say, it can grant you a wish." Now, the high forest is not a great distance from the region of Neverwinter, but you do have to get through the Neverwinter woods and cross the Ashen Plains before you even reach the high woods, and that itself is quite treacherous. And so you head out. The Lord Ivan is a great friend to the region, and so you do decide to help him. Heading into the forest, you decide to be most cautious. Although perhaps a bit too chaotic in the past, it's never too late to earn a little bit of caution in your lives. A single path curves into the woods, but the trees to the left and the right are so thick and close, it makes it all but impossible to enter the forest by any means but the path that you have chosen. However, as you head through, you realize that there is a bear up ahead along the path. At least, it certainly looks like a bear at first. Getting closer, you realize there's something quite a bit off about this bear. It has antlers. And getting closer, a little bit closer, you realize it's not a bear at all. Oh, it's something you think you've heard about before. What is it? Oh, you know what this is. It's the leshy. A leshen is something that has been created by old magics, a guardian of the forest. They say it's a combination of several different creatures brought together by bones and sinew. And so when it pulls together, it can sometimes seem like more than one creature or seem like one creature in particular. This leshy has chosen to seem like a bear, and yet it has the horns of a great stag and the face that's a little bit more like a tree. And it's not happy to see you. It charges you with a mighty roar and comes challenging before you. But the druid in your party recognizes it for what it is and realizes that this particular leshen, although not happy that you're in its area, is really just trying to protect the high woods and Neverwinter. So it comes a little bit closer. It creeps a little bit nearer, and with a little bit of love and animal bonding, you're able to convince it to let you pass peacefully. That could have ended very, very deeply. So you continue on. The rest of your journey through Neverwinter Wood is much more peaceful. Perhaps the other leshen hiding around here have learned that you are a safe person to let pass by. And perhaps they've let whatever beasts and creatures are roaming through these woods today know that there's no reason to mess with you. Not this time. And so you carry on. Unfortunately, everyone knows the Ashen Plains are not quite so safe. After all, is there not quite the dangerous citadel hiding deep beneath these plains? And are there not some very twig-like dangerous creatures roaming about, at least at night? You hustle past, trying to get through, but unfortunately, there's something quite a bit dusty and misty trying to attack you. And so it is thus that you encounter quite a bit of an ancient creature coming around. The Porutsitsia is an old sort of demon. Well, sometimes it's considered a demon. Others consider it more of a noonday ghost. You see, while most ghosts and wraiths stalk you in the midnight skies, this one chooses the desert and the high suns, and so, made from the dust and the elementals of long-forgotten pasts, it will rise up out of the desert and try to catch you when you're least awares. This one has chosen to look like a little girl, and it cries into the desert and calls your name and begs you for help. and it says, "Come dance with me, come dance with me. Oh, look at these flowers blooming in the desert sun. Even here in the Ashen Plains, nothing could possibly harm you. Come dance with me, come dance with me." And perhaps you are tempted, but there's something a bit off about this demoness child. And so, lucky you, you choose to ignore it and pass along by. Now, you may be tempted to stop into Oakhurst. You have made some friends there in the past, but the days are growing longer, and you know that Lady Yelena may not have much longer left. And so you go on into the Hive Woods. There, you do eventually find that one tree that grows the golden apples that you seek. But it is getting harder and harder to find your way into and out of those woods. And you do realize that perhaps there is in fact something guarding this tree. Circling the tree is in fact a large bird. Its feathers light up the darkness with fiery reds and golds. Trumpeting its majesty, the bird streaks towards you, malice in its eyes. And stopping at the edge of the clearing, you realize all it's really doing is keeping its eyes on those golden apples. If you are able to duck around that firebird, you may just find yourself at the foot of the tree and able to pluck an apple. However, if you pluck it too soon, you may realize that the firebird lets out a deadly screech of pain as its life force is tied to that of the tree. And unfortunately, if you were to pluck every single golden apple, that firebird would perish. Now, hoping to both cure Lady Yelena and keep that beautiful firebird alive, instead, you try to win its favor. Calling to it, you say, "Firebird, please, we beg your help. All we seek is a golden apple to cure our fair lady. But, unfortunately, we did not know that we could do you such grave harm. How can we ever be of service to you if we did not know?" The firebird gasps, "Ah, adventurers, please. I guard these trees from harm, but many an adventurer has passed this way seeking treasures. If you too seek treasures, then I will do my best to come and attack you. But know this, if you are brave of heart, come near and risk taking a feather from my wing. If you survive, the feather is yours, and lay it on the breast of thine fair lady, and it will cure her of any disease that aileth her." And so, a paladin in your party steps forth, says, "I believe I am worthy." Coming forward, he does just that, plucking a feather from the wing. He does, in fact, prove to be true of heart and doing his best to try to care for the lady they all had home. While there, they realize that she has gotten far worse than anyone expected. But upon laying the feather upon her breast, slowly her eyes flutter open, and with that, she is cured of the deadly illness that made her fall into a forever sleep. The Lord Ivan is truly grateful and offers you anything he can as a reward. Perhaps you take up his offer, perhaps you claim some gold, perhaps you claim a magic item that you had been hoping for, or a new weapon. But either way, it has been time for you to return back to Phandalin. And perhaps along the way, you wonder if you've just solved another mystery of folklore and legend. Okay, it's time for me to get ready for a little bit of painting and fun. I want to see if I can beat my record for setup last week. I think I took a little bit too long. So I'm going to see if I can just time myself out and get us all set up in under a minute. I see we're having some internet issues. So let's see if we can get that all worked out. And if we're having too much internet, we might just have to finish up early tonight. So on our marks, get set, under a minute, and let's go. All right. So how is everyone? Okay, make sure that music's working. So I noticed while I was doing the story that we were having some connectivity issues. If those continue, I might have to stop us a little early tonight because there's just no point in doing that stream if we can't all hang out and chat with each other. But this is where our painting is at. You may notice things dried a little bit oddly. That kind of happens sometimes. So I'm going to see if I can kind of polish that up a little bit while we're working. I don't know what happened with the clouds, but they did something very strange. So we're going to try to fix that up. But before I do that, I do want to show you the finished painting from last week. Very exciting. So I'm going to go grab that really fast. I was so excited to beat the record that I didn't set this up. Oh well, better luck next time. So this is the painting from last week when we were going off into that marsh with the frog that was a princess, not a prince. And so I think it came out really well. I think this is one of the favorite paintings that I've done so far, I think. Every now and again, there's that painting where you're just sort of like, ooh, that was really good. And then sometimes you're just like, okay, I did good technique. I like it. Moving on. And then sometimes you're just like, this is a good one. I feel like this is a good one. I'm happy about how this one turned out. So yeah, I'm kind of proud of it. Makes me happy. A little marsh painting. Okay, this one though, don't know what happened, but we're gonna see if we can turn it around. You never know. Sometimes things start funky, and then later in the week, you're just like, we turned it around. It's a-okay. So I'm gonna start working on that sky a little bit and see if I can't kind of work out those clouds a little bit. See what's going on up here. So much weirdness. Okay, but how is everybody doing? Tell me in the chat if you like. Or lurk. Lurking's good too. Everyone likes to lurk. I like to lurk. Nothing wrong with lurking. Okay, yeah. That's still a little bit better. I know it looks very harsh for all of you on camera, but these edges look a lot better already. I have no idea why it dried like that. It could have been the paper was warped in a way that made it do that and I just didn't notice. Maybe it just certain puddles started and then everything moved to hang out with those puddles. That's something that happens sometimes with watercolor. Things will want to hang out with its buddies basically. And then it's just kind of snowballed effect from there. So we're just kind of breaking down those layers a little bit. We're probably gonna have to add some more to try to help blend that out. It happens, it happens. So we're just gonna kind of, you never know, we might end up discovering a new cloud technique today. It's all good. I'm gonna try to soften up some of those lines. I actually kind of like that now. Like they say, there's no mistakes in art, just happy little accidents. We're having a happy little accident right now. Okay. Do do do. I usually don't sing when I have the music going, so I must be really, really hyper. You know you haven't been sleeping when. There we go. That's still way too. That's better. And I probably am going to have to keep working on this for the next couple of days to get rid of some of those lines. Watercolor is not quite like acrylic where you can just paint over it, your mistake, and call it a day. You do kind of have to worry things back out when they're done. Be like, it's fixable, it just takes a little more effort. Okay. Meh. Alright, well, while that's doing its thing, I'm going to take this larger brush. And everything down here dried unusually orange for some reason. Speaking of other strange things that happened, even though I didn't put any orange down. I put a lot of yellows and browns down. Now, last time I checked, yellow and brown doesn't make orange, but some undertone must have gotten pulled out of that burnt umber, and it made orange. So, hey, it happens. So I'm gonna try to darken that up a little bit and see if we can't make things just a little more to our tastes. Right? It's the Ashen Fields, not the Mojave Desert. That's a Southern California joke. Although, apparently, there's a super bloom going on right now that is gotten so big you can actually see it from space, which I think is so cool. I've never gone to see the super bloom. I've always wanted to, but when you have allergies like me, there's just some things you will probably never see in person. It happens. Maybe someday though, you never know. They're coming up with all kinds of new treatments for stuff like that. Oh, internet's down again. Okay. Still talking to myself. Let's see if it works. Reconnect. Reconnect. There it goes. Okay, I don't know how long we were down, but it seems to be connected again. So we're gonna hope for the best there on that one. But it just kind of seems to be one of those days here with the internet. Some days it works, some days it don't. So if it does it again for longer, we might just need to call it. Because, dunno, that interwebs just don't know. Okay. Well, that sky's pretty wet, so... Thinking, ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. What color? How about a little bit of this mixed in? So many options. Okay. I think I do want us a little bit of like... It's all gonna get blended in later. I do my mountains. But I don't want this line here anymore. Gooey. Might have to go in with the... Even things don't blend. That's blending. That's nice. Don't want to overdo water either, but... Sometimes you just gotta. Oh, there it goes. These funny little lines. Ta-da! Okay. So you want this to look far away. All far away and nice. Okay. Do we have any more blue? I need more blue. Let's get some blue up in here. Luckily, things do seem like they're drying pretty quickly. That's always makes my life easy. There we go. Just a smidge. Okay. Do, that's the brush. Right. More blue. Okie dokie. Now that's obviously very blue, but we're gonna be blending things, so nobody panic. And I want a bit of this like yellowy color here, kind of really blend up, get some kind of green going in here. Okay. So we got some mountains happening. We have some background happening. I do want to kind of. Oh wait, I have gray. It's over here. Har. Just realizing that no matter what I'm painting, I always end up with green water. I don't know how that works, but it's literally happened every time. Anyways, random thoughts on a Friday night. It's just where we're at. Blend that line out a little bit. Ooh, kind of like how that line landed. That was fun. Okay. Now, I need things to dry for a hot minute, so I'm wondering, that's a weird puddle there. I don't like it when mountains get all puddly like that. There we go, that's a little better. None of the rest of y'all puddle. Okay. I don't know why this one's warping so much. It shouldn't. This is the nice paper. I'm wondering, since this is seeming to stabilize now with the internet, what you all think about which potentially... Oh, hello! Welcome from Shay is Undead. How is everyone? We're doing watercolor. And sometimes... Hello, Raider. Welcome. Hello. How is everyone? I'm in the middle of watercolor and I'm pausing from... I need things to dry for a second. So we were just chatting about whether or not next time I should keep moving westward as I do a little bit of folklore storytelling. This week we... Oh, thank you. I'm glad you enjoy watercolor. It is one of my favorites. But we've been playing around with folktales too. And this week we went to some of the Slavic nations. I don't know if anyone managed to guess our storytelling origins or not, but we had some fun with that. And then we were going to paint where we visited in that area. So yes, it was lots of fun. But I don't know where we should go next, what country we should visit for our folktale, where we should paint. So I was just thinking about that while we kind of waited for things to dry a little bit so we could keep going. So yes, if you guys in the chat have any thoughts about that, let me know, because I'm always loving some new ideas. Should be kind of fun. But yeah, welcome, Raiders. It's always fun to have new friends, new visitors. Okay, things are better enough, I think. I did want it a little bit damp. I always forget that I often have colors in the palette. Okay, so I want it just damp enough. Yes, I think I want a thinner brush to have it blend, but not enough to bleed. So I was waiting for it to dry a bit. And now we're going to go into some purple, because I don't know if any of you friends have local desert mountains, but oftentimes at a certain time of day, they'll get this sort of like fun purplish kind of like almost tint to them. It's so cool. And that happens to our mountains a lot. I'm in California. It is a lot of fun. I love watercolor painting. If you've never tried it, you totally should. You just get to play around and do fun stuff. But here in Southern California, our mountains are very much desert chaparral. So they often look more purple gray than anything else. Well, that and they're all granite. So very, very, very gray and purpley and that kind of thing. Not so much the big, gorgeous green mountains that you tend to see in the Rockies or Appalachians, or even in Europe, those lovely Swiss mountains. So pretty. But at a certain time of day, you'll get this kind of like purpley sheen to them off in the distance. So it looks so cool. So that's what we're kind of doing right now. We're just adding that little bit of purple to our mountains. I'm trying to help it blend it a little bit. And I see my mountains are already almost a little too dry, so I'm just gonna help them out a little bit. There we go. Oh yes. Yes. Texas. I know exactly what you mean. I have some friends out there, and do I still have family out there? They're always moving, so sometimes I hop back and forth between Arizona and Texas. I'm not sure if my family's still out there or not, actually. I should ask. I'm not always very good about keeping track of where the family is. But yes. But there's some beautiful areas in the Texas desert. I would love to go out there and paint someday. That would be a fun place to go paint. Little baby mountain in the front. Okay. As things dry a bit, we might do some layering, make that purple a little darker, maybe go back in those clouds, add some color if it's sunset. I've got thoughts. Got all kinds of thoughts for our desert here. But there we go. Kind of bringing some color in. Okay, we don't want things to get too blobby here because mountains don't really end, they just kind of blend into things. There we go. That's better. Oh, yes. Yeah, I don't think we have any... No, actually, Catalina Island has some wild boar. I was going to say, I didn't think we had any wild pigs here, but we do have wild boar up in Catalina Island. And we do have tons of mountain lions all the time, and a few packs of coyotes come in every now and again here in Southern California. but not as many as there used to be. They've been kind of thinning out lately. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like it. Kind of sad the purple's not picking up on camera as much as I thought it would, but we're gonna add more. It's all good. Okay, so while that's drying out, that's not blended as much as I wanted. There we go. Let's see, we can, so I want plants. What do I do with my fan brush? Oh, did it die on me again? Shoot, I hate it when that happens. Oh well, we'll do it the old way. Okay. Let's do some of those little, like, plant guys. I can never remember what they're called, but they're all like, they grow in the desert. We get them here all the time. I think there's some kind of cactus. I'm not really sure, but they're always bristly and they always have like little bottle, they're not bottle brush, but they always kind of remind me of a bottle brush. Put a little one like right, oh, it's not wet enough. Shoot. I always hate using a liner brush for this because it takes forever to put water on it. It takes forever to get paint on it. I like cheating and using a fan brush. But that's literally all I use my fan brush for, and then I always lose it. Oh well. It's around here somewhere, I'll find it. I must have used it for something. I wonder what it was. Oh well. It's all good. Oh, I think I have too much paint on there. That looks a little blobby. Want a nice fine tip when we do this one. Ta-da! Plant number one. It's tiny. It's so small on camera. It's cute though, I like it. Okay. We're gonna keep going. We'll add at least one more. We'll be here forever if I just do plants. But they're fun. I like doing plants. Alright. Let's see. Let's do another one over here. He looks like he wants a plant friend. Ta-da! It is! Isn't it cute? They're so small. To be fair, these mountains are like... so the plants have to be little. Okay. But I really will be here all day drawing plants, so we're gonna move on. I just wanted to make sure that's what I wanted before it dried too much, because then at least I can take it out right away. Okay. That's the wrong brush. Where'd my little one go? There he is. Okay. Oh, wrong palette. Alright. I'm really tired, you guys. Earlier I was saying that we came back from spring break and I was just sort of like, blah. Some days you feel it and some days you don't. Okay. I'm gonna just darken up pieces of this purple, make these hills seem a little older. See what I can get away with here with being a little more blobby. Give it kind of a slope. Okay. I like to make sound effects when I paint. It just makes it more fun. Oh, that's too dry. Nope. taking that away. There we go. I think I left it too long. Too many plants. Got too happy. Too plant happy. Okay. I wanna... Like, some of these mountains seem farther away, so we're gonna leave that one there. But I'm gonna line it a little bit more. Ta-da! Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, there we go. That's much better. Yes. Okay. Oh, I hadn't thought of it that way. That's cool. Nice. Yeah, it does look like a mountain covered in an ocean. Cool. How fun. Okay. This is the big mountain. Oh, that's too much water. That's better. Dee-dee-dee. Okay, there we go. Noticing that today I say okay a lot. Am I trying to convince myself or the painting? It's alright. It's an A-okay day. There we go. Fun, fun. A little more dark up here. Yeah. I want this mountain to be big and old and angry. Angry mountain. Nope, put that line back. I like that line. Come back. There it is. Okay, perfect. Oops. Shoot, I didn't want that there. Go away. Go up there. There we go. Go, go, go. Okay. Sometimes you put your brush where it don't belong. It's all good. And blend that line out. It's doing it again. It's doing all these weird lines that I don't like. Arrgh. I wonder if there's something up with this particular batch of paper. Dunno. Okay. There we go. Happy mountains. Weird lines or blobby stuff? Or both? Sometimes I want blobby things though. I want it to be blobby. This time it's being blobby without me wanting it to be blobby. It like dried weird last night too. I was doing something to like help prep it, and it just randomly like all the stuff moved, and I was like, huh, okay. Totally random. It's never done that to me before. I don't really know why it suddenly was just like, here, be completely different from what I wanted. And I was like, no, thank you. Possibly could have got bumped or whatever. Yes, that's true. You can't beat them, join them. That's a good one. I like that. I'm gonna use that now. Okay, I'm just gonna get a little more. I feel like now that we're darker, we can kind of even out some of this brown. Get some more stuff going in here. Do do do. Do do. Not too dark though, just enough to get a little shade. A little shade for our little bushes. Thank you. I do want to darken this part up. Just a little. I feel like I need it to dry overnight to see what colors happen. Stop being streaky. Shoot. This watercolor paper is fighting me a lot. It doesn't normally do that. That's being weird now. Alright. I'm thinking maybe I'm just gonna smudge that out. Letting things, yeah, there we go, dry overnight, and then just letting it kind of see what it do. So it's being a little goober right now. And fresh eyes in the morning and see what happens. Oh, that part's being weird. I don't want that weird dark line right there. No, no, no. I know what that's gonna do. No, thank you. No, thank you. Okay, that's better. Probably still gonna have to blend that in the morning, but that's a little bit less odd. A little bit less odd. No dark lines, exactly. Unless you want them there. Dark lines can only stay where they're allowed to be. Everywhere else, no dark lines. Okay. Yes. I feel like this is a good overnight drying spot. I'm feeling happy about this so far. Come back, add some dimension to the mountains, do lots of little shrubbery. Be so happy with shrubbery, and yes, yes. Feeling good so far. All right, well, new friends, thank you for joining us. I hope you had some fun and that you'll come join us again whenever you can. I loved having you all. So yeah, that was so cool. If you enjoyed it, I hope you will follow us and maybe check us out on Instagram or YouTube. We get lots of old videos up on there, and recently started our own Etsy store, so we're having some fun with that. Otherwise, I will hang out with you guys next week where we have a new story, and we're gonna do some new paintings. We'll see where we end up next week in the world, talking about some folklore and doing some new watercolors. So yay. Aw, thank you. I'm glad that you're having fun with us. I definitely had some fun with you guys. So yes, until next week or whenever we all end up having some adventures, I hope you have a lovely weekend with all your friends and family, wherever they may be. And don't forget to feed that inner storytelling mimic. So, hope you guys have a lovely time. Bye, everyone.